back. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget, this is the first unit we're going to do. This is the Husqvarna 580 BTS Mark III. It's roughly 12 pounds is what they're saying. I don't know. I have to double check that. So anyhow, this is putting out 1,000 CFMs. 1,000, yes it is. 220 miles per hour. Okay, I don't remember exactly the size of the gas tank, but it looks like a half gallon of milk. I don't know what that is. Nice size gas tank on there. Basically, they did some changes to the old unit where they made the tube bigger, and I have the unit over there, and I can show it to you. Basically, that's the tube size of the older unit, so you can see they actually changed it. It's actually bigger. This is a top mount instead of a side mount, which I like the side mount, so I have to get used to the top mount again, which I can, I'm pretty sure. The plastic is the same material, all the same material, looks like just bigger, wider, which is nice. This was always the same, and it did change. Like I said, they just changed this part right here, because all this is the same. The padding on it is really nice, okay? I do wish they would make these things thicker, because when you're not wearing jackets and stuff, this does hurt your shoulder right here. It's just not enough padding, but it works. One thing they do better than the other competitions, they put actually nice padding back here, which is real padding and it's solid. You don't have to worry about this breaking and you know, affecting the fan in there at all. Now there is a vent down here in the bottom to allow air to either come in or come out. I can't remember. I think they were saying, I saw somewhere where it's supposed to be a cooling system where it cools your back, but it really doesn't do much. It's more, I think, for intake. Because if you look at the Echo, the bottom of it's all open and exposed for more air intake. Because that's how it works. The fan sucks in air and blows out air. So all the intake is happening right behind here. This is where all the intake's happening. And so there you go. This also has, what the other units don't have, this one actually has a belt strap right here. And this is actually nice when you're using it for a long period of time. If you're just throwing it on your back, it gets in your way. This actually is annoying because it dangles and hangs. And that is a real freaking annoying thing when you're trying to move it around and it's getting caught on everything. That's the only thing I don't like about it. I wish there was a way that you could just like somehow store this neater. And also it has straps on here where you yank on this and tighten it. I do not recommend doing that because it actually hurts if you don't do it right. I would recommend you doing it off like this, not on your shoulder, because I've actually done that and I was like, yow, it didn't quite move and it hurt. But of course, you know me, nothing really works right, but that's what you're supposed to do with it. Your air is up top here, your filter is up here. You just pop these off with a tool they give you or a screwdriver, and boom, that pops off, that pops off. I can't do it right now, it's hurt. That hurts. I got to have a screwdriver. And you just pull that out and your air filter's up top here. This is a top mounted filter. If you're familiar with the Red Max, this is basically the clone of the Red Max, just in Husqvarna's design. Because for all you guys know out there, Husqvarna bought Red Max a bunch of years back, and basically that's what this is. This is the Red Max 85, what do you call that? Yeah, the 8500 or 850. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically the same thing. So this is where you're gonna start right here. You got your pull cord, gas, choke. So all your stuff is here for your pumping. They do run a solid cable up in here, and it is just basic lines here, as some other brands use a different setup in here with like a vent on it. This one does not have that. I don't necessarily think that you need that, but here you go. This is basically all right. So here we go. This is the next step. Excuse the mess. No, don't excuse the mess. This is a working yard. This is a landscaping yard. Things are going on all the time. Okay, so here we go. We have the machine, the 580 BTS first fill-up. What I use is I do use the Red Max or the Husqvarna mixed fuel. You can get that at any of your store dealers. You can get the Husqvarna stuff even at Lowe's, so anywhere. I use this stuff. Do not use the Echo unless you want oil coming out of your exhaust. I don't think it's formulated for the Husqvarna stuff. That's just my opinion. I just use the Echo oil for the Echoes. You can do what you want. That's okay. So yeah, I got the pre-mixed fuel. I'm not a big fan of these because I never trust that they make these things right. I've had problems. But if you do buy one of these, of course you extend the warranty by 2 years. I'm going to use this one here for the first one. I got my pre-mix. I just use one of these cans. You can get these online. They're chainsaw cans, and I usually store the oil in here. But you do have to change your measurements. You got to find out where the actual gallon is. So I found out where it is, and it's right below the 4, so it's a little bit below it. It gives you your accurate measurements. That way you're not too lean. First fill up, I think I'm going to use. There we go. No. We got to clean the mess up first, so we can at least fill it. There we go. And got to change hats. There we go, much better. But it's alright. Okay, first fill up. How to fill it up. Alright, obviously, rip that off and read it later if you want. Just basically tells you about the air index, noise, and things like that. Okay, you unscrew it really simply. It kind of just hangs there like this. Alright, you get your pre-mix or your mixed fuel. I always shake it up a little bit just to be safe. Alright, there you go. This is fresh from the farm, so. There you go. There you go. Now, I like to use pre-mix. The mixed stuff you mix yourself. I don't like using the pre-mix. Just gonna put a little bit in there. I believe that when you mix it yourself, it's a little bit more oil. You know, they say it doesn't. This is a really fast can. As you can see, it's like bam, straight in there. This is made for chainsaws, so it's not safe, but it works. It has a stop valve on here, but I took it off. That gets jumped up. I use it straight open. There you go. Put that on there. What you do is choke down, pump it. First time is probably about 10 pumps, but 5 or 6 is usually what you do. There you go. Now you can feel the actual fuel going through. That's why they say 9 or 10 times, because it allows you to at least get 3 pumps through. All it's doing is going in and coming back out again every turn. So you really can't flood it. Okay. I'm going to put the cap back on. It says to remove it exactly 10 feet from your position. You gotta do all that, just close it. Alright, so over here you have your stop, and then your on, which is normal, it's free, and then you have your settings where you can set it. So just leave it right after the stop, it's free. That's how you start it up. Probably a good idea to do this every time you start it, is to let it run for about a minute. Especially in the winter time, you're probably going to want at least to run at least a minute, maybe a little longer before you even use it. These big units do take time to warm up. Today it's about 75 degrees, so it's warm cold, whatever you call that, you know what I mean? And so basically, here we go. We're going to choke us down. It's the very first start, so here we go. I'll put your ear protection on. It's warm now. I'm not going to run it full blast 100% yet because I'm going to go to my first job with it today, and I'm going to actually just baby it, and then I'll be using it full on. This is not like a chainsaw, so do not start it up and rev it up all the way. You will break these things. These do need to warm up. It's a different type of setup. So that way you can get long life out of them. I still have my 580 by doing that, and it's probably been 6 or 7 years. So this is the new one. I do not like this setup. That's how they all are now, but this is annoying right there. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to remove that or take it off and maybe just tape it. I don't know. I'll probably get over it. Just think this should have been down and then came up. But anyhow, I don't know why they don't want them inside the tube and then pop them off. That would make more sense. But yeah, it's just like every other one out there, the top handle. That's kind of why I like the other one. It had down, your hand was down here with it. But you get used to it. That's how they all are now. So you can always buy the attachment probably and set it down there if you're used to the old 580s. But this is just like every other one out there. I guess they wanted to be the same. But you saw the power. I mean, it just launched that. So we'll see. Alright, well there you go. That was the setting it up, operating it, and showing you all about the 580 Mark III. Stay tuned for the next video, and this is actually footage from it. You can see the first use. Thank you.